Let's see if we can solve this head switching issue on the F30. Let's crack on. Hello and welcome to another Mr. Betabyte video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we're revisiting the F30. Sort of did power supply and other bits and pieces, sorted out the tracking, which was all over the place. But I did allude to a head switching issue, which I sort of was hoping would be sorted out when I cleaned the pinch roller, but didn't. Now, I didn't actually end up changing the pinch roller, put the original one back, so I may well try that first, but I don't think it is the pinch roller, to be honest. I am thinking more it's an alignment issue. I don't think it's electronics. I was starting to think it might have been electronics because of the green, but the green is just a side effect of the mistracking, if you like, of the alignment somewhere in the tape path. So yeah, I have double checked the head switching. I was a bit concerned that maybe the head switching pots were a little bit intermittent, and I have sprayed them with a little bit of deoxys, because I think it was the Q speed pots on the same board, that was also intermittent, and you could sort of, if you just tapped the top of it gently, it would go all over the place. So I gave it a bit of deoxit and it's fine. And I may well end up doing all of the pots on that board just because they seem a little bit dicey. I have heard people mention that the pots can get a bit intermittent with age. So yeah, let's crack on. Just playing back a tape, and this is actually a bit odd because it's doing that. You can see there really bad head switching line, and then it'll just sort itself out. I do actually wonder if I've got a bad joint, or maybe it is something like this doesn't make sense. Let's give the machine a tap. Oh, it's sorted itself out. Give it a tap. So I have bad joints, or maybe it is bad. Thing is, I can hear that the let's turn the sound off. I can hear that the tape is somehow getting sort of I don't know, slightly creased or yeah, so it's gone bad again. There's absolutely no tape curl that I can see there at all. Oh, and it's back to good again, and it's gone again. See, I was blaming the tracking control. Well, the tracking control was playing up, but I wonder if we've got more problems with the pots under here. I just wonder if I give them all a clean, whether that will sort it. How bizarre. Well, I don't know whether this is anything, but if I wiggle this connector, it's what just happened then? It sounded like a fuse went. Don't think it did. I get varying things happening. So colour disappearing, but I also get just fell. The tracking errors. So I'm just wondering if I've got a bad connector. So yeah, I'll check and yeah, just see if that fixes it. So I've gone through all the joints with the magnifying glass, and I can't find any bad joints at all. It's actually really well soldered. Like Sony stuff tends to be fair. I was right on IC302. That is the control amp there. So that's why it's going a bit crazy. If you get anywhere near it, it starts going a bit crazy. The servo speeds. So yeah, that's what I expected. What's interesting is on the top of the board, I thought this was Sony being a little bit sort of, I don't know, almost a bit anti-repair. But on the top of the board, for all the variable resistors adjustments, there is nothing to tell you what they are, but underneath there is. And it seems to be only the SS34 board that has that, because if you look at the video board, it tells you what everything is. So yeah, but on the top of this board it doesn't. So that's interesting. I wonder why that is. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm really not suspecting bad joints or anything now. I think we are looking at a mechanical issue. I might hook up the scope to the RF switching just to see what that looks like, if it changes when I'm tapping about. But I think first of all I'm just going to have a tap about and just monitor the output and just see if I can find anything obvious. Okay, so here it goes. One thing with these, they're so narrow, there's always a risk that it might fall over. Just let it do its self-check. Okay, and press play. So that's on that pad there. So I actually get absolutely no change in that waveform. It's just constant frequency of 25 Hertz. It's constant. So this is all over the blinking place. Just trying to tie this in. So that's now on, off, on, off, on, off. It's sort of varying in voltage. I wonder if this has got a drum fault, you know. Yeah, because the amplitude thing is, it's uniform. The frequency is changing slightly. That's bad again. This is really weird. And it's varying peak to peak between about 350 and 700. So that was 33. So on 32, which is next to it, doesn't like me doing that. Okay. This is really confusing me, because it feels like it's mechanical, but that's looking like it's the electronics. It's almost like the signal's going open circuit. Oh, hang on, 30. Yeah, that was. Hang on. So 32 is PGA. So 32 is PGA. Then PGB is 40. And that's doing a similar sort of thing on pin 40. Oh, this really is confusing me. The picture's now really good. There's a little bit of jitter, but it's good. It's really bizarre. Okay, so let's give it a try. Plug it in. Do its usual self test. Turn it on. So far, well, it's not looking great. But I don't have the head switching issue, I don't think. I don't know, it still seems a little bit off. Just tap the panel. Has that fixed it? Yeah, I still have that little bit of colour, a little bit of green coming in at the top of the image. But yeah, that picture's really good. So yeah, I don't know. I will adjust the audio control erase head. I'm probably going to do that mostly off camera, but I'll just show you the last bit, because I'm just literally going to do it by hand. I'm not going to use any tools or anything other than a screwdriver. So yeah, I'll do that, and then we'll go through it. Okay, so I've had some fun and games. In order to align the ACE head properly, they basically say to remove the front lid from the Betamax cassette, and also the brakes. I thought, well, fine, I'll do it with my one of my test tapes, and it didn't go well. So I've got these Fuji cassettes, and basically the screw has what you can see in there, the screw is rotted in there, and I've got about 8 of these, and all of them have just this one screw rotten. which is really bizarre, and you just can't get it out. I tried all ways to get this out, and I couldn't. So in the end, I just pulled it apart because I'd sort of wrecked the mechanics of it anyway, trying to get it apart. So I thought, right, enough's enough. What is interesting is you can see here that adhesive on these dust plastic parts is about to fail as well. It's not terrible, but you can see what happens with these. I mean, I say it's about to fail, it's actually really good. But this sticky breaks down over time. I mean, obviously these cassettes are getting really old, and these will slip and they'll contaminate tape, they'll go into the machine, cause all sorts of problems. These are heavily gummed as well, so when they do come off, they can cause a lot of damage. So there's something to definitely look out for. But I've actually got an old Betacam cassette. I know some of you will go, oh no, can't do that. But this one, the shell is broken anyway, and there was nothing on it. I mean, I was using it as a test tape, to be honest. So I thought, right, I'll use this. I know the shell will be good. Like I say, taking off the brakes. This should do the job well. And you can see the holes there in the middle that you don't get with Betamax. So it's Betacam. And yeah, so what a palaver, but I just couldn't believe it. It took me about half an hour to get the tape out. I did damage it slightly, but that's fine. I can get around that. But at least I can now get this aligned. You need to be able to see, and you just can't. You can't see at all. And at the moment, I mean, I tried doing it blind, but no, it was terrible. I mean, I've got that at the moment, which does suggest that this is well out of alignment. And like I say, I mean, somebody's been in here. I mean, it looks like somebody spent hours fiddling about with all of this. And the screw heads sort of give a little bit of evidence of that as well. So yeah, not great. So let's get this back together and let's crack on. Okay, so I think we're finally there. Using the cassette without the lid, it just works. So yeah, adjusted. This guide here was well out of adjustment. It was way too high. So I've tightened that down, and it has actually gone tight. You can sort of feel where it would have been. So that is looking pretty wonderful. And all the tape path looks good. No creasing of the tape at all. I just thought there was a little bit of a fold there, or a bit of distortion on the tape, but no, it's fine. The ace head was completely out, partly because I was compensating for this being just way too high. So once I'd got this right, I could adjust this, and basically this is the azimuth of the head, the tilt. This is tilt this way, and this screw here sort of tightens the whole thing up. This screw here is the height. So yes, great. I mean, it's really come together, and I'm really pleased. The other slight thing I was getting as well was head clogs. I was getting intermittent head clogs, which I have solved for now, but I will give this a jolly good clean again. It's been open for such a long time that dust has got into it, so yeah, it needs a good clean through again. So that's cool. Let's do tracking. Tracking furthest left, and then tracking furthest right. And that is amazing. I mean, that is so good. These heads are great. So yeah, fantastic. We have a really good working F30, and I'm over the moon with it, to be honest. It's a great machine. So like I say, I'll give the tape path another clean through, give it a good dust out as well. I mean, not that there's much dust. I mean, it's a really clean machine, but obviously with the top being off so long, has got dusty. So yeah, clean all that out. But yeah, so with that, thank you very much for watching. Lots more to come. September's a really busy month for me. So sorry the videos have been a little bit sort of not that sort of in-depth, I suppose. But yeah, just sort of making the most of the time I have free to work on these machines, and I've got so much more to do. So yeah, it'd be great if you'd like the video. It always helps. And subscribe as well. Really does mean so much to me. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.